Welcome to day 25, and today it is time for us to meet our edge. So let's get started. Welcome to day 25 of our year-long intentions instead of resolutions, yoga, inspiration, activity, all of the above. I'm hoping that this will just help you make yoga more of a regular part of your daily life. So today we are going to try to meet our edge. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to do everything exactly the way that I do it, but just try. And if you feel like you're unable to hold a pose for a certain amount of time, then don't. But I do challenge you to try. So what we're going to do to set our intention, we're going to take some deep breaths, and I encourage you to close your eyes. So seated here, make sure that you've got a nice straight back, and imagine that the crown of your head is reaching up towards the sky. That should help you feel a little bit more of an elongation in your spine. And then we're going to take a deep breath in and out. You can either breathe out through your nose or through your mouth. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And we're going to start on all fours. So make sure that you get your alignment, that your hands are directly below your shoulders and that your knees are directly below your hips. And you want to press into the mat with both the tops of your feet and your fingertips. And we're going to breathe in for cat or for cow pose and breathe out for cat. Breathe in for cow and breathe out for cat. Breathe in for cow and out for cat. Now, in the same position, we're going to curl our toes under, and we're going to go into hovering table. So you want to lift your knees off the mat, suck your navel to your spine, and we're going to hold this for a count of 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, feel the shake, 15, and lower. Now you can lower the tops of your feet back to your mat and come back to a little hero pose just to take a little bit of the pressure off of your wrist. Then we're going to go back to that same position, but we're going to peel our tailbone up to the sky to down dog. And what we're going to do is raise our right leg, bring your knee to the center, then go back up with your heel or your feet to the sky. Then bring that knee across and over to your left elbow. Raise that foot to the sky and bring it up to the right elbow. Then we're going to raise it up to the sky and bring it up through the center into the mat. Now from this position, we're going to go into a high lunge. What we really want to focus on is squeezing our thighs to the midline. That will help you maintain your balance. And when you feel like you've got it, make sure you're in perfect alignment. Raise your hands up to the sky. Now we're going to take our hands, left hand in a fist, the right hand on the outside, and we're going to bring that left elbow to the outside of that right knee. When I look over to the right, I lose my balance. So if you fall, just come back up. We'll meet you here. And then if you can, look up to the sky. It's a very hard pose to hold. All right. Lower your hands to the mat. Kick that right foot back. And now we're going to do the same sequence on the other side. So raise that left leg to the sky. Bring your knee up into the center line. Raise that left leg back up. Now bring that knee across into the right elbow. Raise that leg again. This time, bring it up to the left elbow. Raise it up again. And this time, up through the center line. And we're going to do that high lunge. So again, if you lose your balance, no worries, your mat will catch you. And you just start all over again. So squeezing those thighs to the center line. Raise your hands up to the sky. Now with that right hand in a fist, the left hand on top, we bring that elbow to the outside of our left thigh and twist and look up. I'm not looking at the camera, so this was a little bit easier for me. Now we're going to lower our hands to the mat, our left foot back to down dog. And this time, while we're in down dog, we're going to shift over to the outside of both of our feet, or the outside of the left, the inside of the right. And then we're going to raise that right hand up to the sky. Now, if you're a little bit better at this, you can have that foot resting on top of the other, or you can have that right foot in front as a kickstand. But we're going to do our side plank in the way that's easiest for you, but try to push yourself a little bit. I'm opting out of the kickstand today. Now we're going to lower that right hand and go back to down dog. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Shift to the outside of that right foot, the inside of that left foot. Lower your hips in space and raise that right or left hand up to the sky. And lower. Now we're going to go back to down dog and then step up to the front of our mat into forward fold. Have your feet about hip width apart. You can bend your knees generously or have your legs straight. Having your legs straight, it's a bit harder to get your knees or your nose to your knees. But then we're going to raise up to flat back, lower, and then raise up to mountain pose. Lower your hands with your hands together in prayer position. Now we're going to step to the center of our mat. And we're going to go into a wide-legged forward fold. So you want your feet as far as you feel like you can keep your balance. And your toes are going to be facing forward. And what we're going to do first is hinge at the hip. So you don't want to curve your spine as you bend over. And we're going to go down halfway to start. Have your hands at your waist or on the tops of your thighs. And we're going to lower to a flat back position. And we want to try to hold this for a couple of breaths. So 1, breathe in and out. Keep your shoulders from your ears. You don't want them up like this. Breathe in and out. Now we're going to lower our hands to the mat, and you might find that you'll have more space to move your feet farther out. If you think you can, I encourage you to do it. You want to try to make sure that the entire foot is flat on the mat. You don't want the outer edge coming up. Then we're going to lower our head as close to the mat as we can get it. You want to have your hands in alignment with the arches of your feet. Then we're going to place our hands back at our waist. We're going to raise halfway. Keep your shoulders from your ears. And then back up. Now you can do a heel, toe, to go back to a standing position. And now we're going to go into tree pose. Now there's 3 different ways you can do this. You can choose to have your foot on the floor. You can have it against the inside of your other leg's calf, or you can go into full tree, which is where we place it at the top of our thigh. But this is the way that we're going to do it. You want your feet slightly apart, not completely together, but a little bit less than hip width. And you're going to raise or shift all your weight first to your left foot and just raise that right knee. This is one-legged Tadasana. So it's a lot easier to be able to get your balance when you're accustomed to having all your weight on that one leg without it shifting your hips in space. And then that way it makes it easier to go into a tree pose. Now again, if you're choosing to do it with your foot on your floor, I still encourage you to raise that leg in space and get accustomed to having all your weight on that left foot and still being able to maintain your balance. If you focus on something out in front of you, it makes it so much easier to maintain that balance. Then, once you've gotten that foot in space, you can either go out like this to the side of your calf, or you can grab your ankle, bring it into your upper thigh, press your foot to your thigh and your thigh to your foot, and now we're in tree pose. And with your hands, you can have them together in prayer position. You can have them on your hips, or you can have them up above your head. Then bring your knee back up to one-legged Tadasana and lower it and shake it out. I was on that left leg a long time going over all those instructions. Now we're going to do it on the left side. So you want to place all your weight on your right foot. And no matter which position you're going to take, please raise that left leg. Keep it right there for just a couple of breaths. You can have your hands at your waist. You should be able to feel all 4 parts of your right foot in contact with the mat. You can lift your toes to double check. That might cause you to lose your balance. Then, if you're just going to go into tree like this, go ahead and do that now. Or make sure if you're doing it against your calf that you do not hit the knee joint. If you lose your balance, we don't want to damage that joint. Or from one-legged Tadasana, you can grab that ankle, bring your leg or your foot up to your upper thigh. And again, your hands can be together in prayer position on your waist or up above your head like this. So we're going to hold this for a couple more breaths and lower and shake it out. So we did a couple of challenging poses, and that would hopefully help us to be able to meet our edge and hopefully evolve over time and be able to do more difficult poses with time moving forward. So I hope you get some good use from this video, and I'll see you again later. Bye.